Welcome to episode 34 of Greatest' Let's Play Embodied Minecraft series, and now we're pretty much getting serious into applied energistics. After the last episode where pretty much all the various routes broke, including my reactor fueling system, all I had to do was break and replace every, a block in every path for the smart cable, and everything worked again. No idea why that happened, but in the meantime, I thought we'd better cover some more advanced AE2 because much as I have this kind of thing, I've got cables. I mean, they're running everywhere and all over the place. I've no idea where they're going, and it's getting more and more important to me that I start building up the kind of end game kind of system, or at least getting towards that way. So in order to do that, first of all, I'm going to craft. Let's see, do I have any 64k? Yeah, let's see, do I have enough to craft 3? I need more logic processors, and I'm going to need a lot more Certus quartz crystals. Fine, I'll tell you what for now. What have I got in stock? I've got a 1k. It's terrible, but it'll do. So today we're going to talk about subnets. And to do this, you're probably going to want some smart cable in a couple of colours. Dense cable in one colour should do. You could get 2 colours if you wanted to, but it shouldn't really matter. Some ME drives, some interfaces, some storage buses, and an energy acceptor and tesseract. So let's just put that tesseract down for a second. You can go there, and let's turn you on to my main capacitor power. I'm going to put next to you an energy acceptor, so anything from here on in is AE. Now, remember when we discussed about how many devices you could have on a network? You could have pretty much 8. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then I put the 8th connection there, and then I put some ME drives down. That's them full. If I want any more ME drives, this is going to go a little bit badly for me. They all deactivate. I'm out of channels. So typically you'd then go up to dense cable, and you go from dense cable into using controllers, and then controllers to dense cable to smart cable, and away you go. Subnets are an alternative to that. And the way you do that is you use interfaces and you use storage buses. Remember to get these the right way around. You want, wherever you want your, let's say I put a, actually let's take another one off. Let's say I want my terminal, or a terminal here. I've now got 8 devices on this network. If I don't want to go to another controller, but even if I do, I can now use interfaces and controllers to create a subnet. Now, as I said, it's important to get these the right way around, otherwise it won't work properly. It won't work at all. So what we want to make sure of is the storage bus, if you like, is going to be going on the upstream side, so the side toward your terminal, if you want to think about it that way. Is that the right way around? Yes, I think it is. There we go, storage bus. And if we put an interface on this side, whoops, interface, shift right click. What we should now, actually that's, yeah, those count as devices as well. So let's shorten this one again. 6 drives now. Okay. Interface. There we go. Storage bus. Interface. And now we can put down some more cable. That should be working, I think, assuming I've got everything the right way around. Or maybe not. Have I got this thing the wrong way around? Oh, there's no power on that side. And you're missing a channel. How are you missing a channel? I've got... Unless the energy acceptor counts as one. What's that? In fact, that reminds me, before I solve that one, I did need one more thing, which is quartz cable. Well, fiber, I should say. So in order to connect power up for these things, I just want to make sure I connect a couple like that, and then a couple... It doesn't matter what color cable you use here, by the way, the second bit, but all we're doing is blocking out the channels and allowing power to pass from one to the next through the system. And why are you missing a channel? You shouldn't be. One of those is counting as a channel. Let's see where we are. So we've got 6 drives here and an interface. That should be 7. Looks like it. No channels here. This is just a power cable because we've separated it with a quartz fiber. And then we've got the interface, the storage bus, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in use. That really should have worked then with the crafting terminal. I've put another drive. Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me just illustrate. Yeah. The drives actually connect to each other. See, all still working. 6 drives on either side, although it's not particularly smart. And there is the last channel to make me a crafting interface. That will let me store a ton of stuff, even if I only had 1K drives. And no controllers in sight. Just interfaces and storage networks. Cool. Seems pretty good to me. So, we can go one step further than that though, and this is commonly called Super Soren Drive. If you haven't heard of it, go and look at Soren's channel. He's pretty inventive with this thing. Maybe other people did it before him. Don't know. Don't mind too much. He's now got the name of it. Now, I could build it like he does, and he largely builds this kind of scaffolding-like system, which is, to be honest, to me, it looks... well, it's not just to me, it really is ugly. And again, with the whole approach of building up my Void Age, I wanted to make something that was not ugly. I wanted to maybe use the same mechanics, but make something that is quite a bit nicer. So I did. And here it is. Well, here it is coming up once I actually get out here. This is what I need a Nexus. If we go up in the elevator system... There we go. Here's the entrance to my data center. Or my new data center. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? I like it a lot. I really quite like this one. I mean, I haven't really done too much building, but everything looks okay here, and I can drop downstairs as well just by shift. And we've got a downstairs section with more exposed cabling. And at this point, you may be thinking, "Oh my God, what's all the cabling? What's happening with the cabling?" So I've built one kind of aisle. Well, I suppose it's... Yeah, in a traditional data center, there'd be an aisle in the middle here, the hot aisle, and these will be cold aisles. And that's exactly what you think it is. If you're in this aisle, you're going to get cooked because all of the servers push all the heat out the back. Sometimes they push it to the top as well, and you have other systems like that. So don't worry about it for now. I'm just having it like this in Minecraft. So what we've got here is just ME drives, stacked 3 tall. We can't connect them to each other because of that problem that I forgot about, but I remembered when I was building this, in that they'll then share the channels. So we do have to have gaps between them. Okay, so let's look at that bit first. There are my ME drives, and next to them I've got connections. So there, then that's just quartz fiber. Anything with quartz fiber, just assume power's going that way, ignore everything else. Connections, then I've got an interface, so that's 6 devices, 7 devices, as you can see there. Then a storage bus, and then another set of 6, plus this one being 7, plus this one over here being 8. So on one, that's the maximum amount for one section. And each section has 6 drives in it. Then we've got an interface and a storage bus. The storage buses come back this way, all connected to this interface, which in turn has another storage bus in there, which means that this way is only 2 devices. Is it 2 or 4? Should be 2. Oh, that looks like 4 to me. But then go, whatever it is, this is just a power cable, same thing as before, is that you have a terminal here and a terminal here, and I could store something in if I had any drives. I don't have any drives in there yet, which is why I brought the 1K storage with me. Below, I'm going to have the same black cable system running that way and running out in legs that way. Now, the white cable, that's the superstore and drive side of things, really, as opposed to everything else, which is a subnets, in that he has those white cables, which are down here. They're running off controllers. They don't need to be, but I prefer the controller approach. The controllers just go into dense cables, and the dense cables they're just connected for power reasons throughout, and they go upwards. So if I jump upstairs, you'll see I now have smart cable coming out of the dense cable, and each section they're going into storage buses. Now the storage buses here are literally acting as if this is a 10-slot chest. 10 slots. Storage buses make them act like just any other chest. But instead of actually looking at the items now, which we access with these, we look at the disks as the items. So if I want to go to this terminal, which is connected to the white network, and again we've got the same thing with the interface and the storage bus, just connecting all of these. I really don't need all these controllers, I just wanted them that way. They're not evenly spaced because I've just moved this section, this U-shaped section, backwards, sorry, just for aesthetic reasons. Otherwise they would be evenly spaced because the rows of servers upstairs or the rows of drives upstairs will be evenly spaced as well. So don't worry about the first one, everything else is gravy. So let's first of all put our 1K drive in place. You'll notice I can't see the 1K drive in here, but it should have appeared somewhere in one. Oh, here it is, in that one. It doesn't really matter which one it appears in, and that's the other side, the flip side to the superstore and drive kind of way of doing things. You have to not care about these things anymore. So what you're probably going to be doing here is crafting 64K drives, because at this point you can, and ignoring the requirements, just make them as you go and fill up the drives as you have them. It should be understood that probably, though, I will have a separate bank, probably another floor of some kind or another section out there that is for mass storage. And by mass storage I mean beyond 64K. That is stuff like, what's the name of the items? Mine Factory Reloaded. Deep storage unit. They pretty much hold 2 billion items, 2.1 billion of any item, and there's no way you're going to fill. Well, you can try and fill them, but you've got to be going at it for a long time. They will store just one item like a barrel, but like 2.1 billion it's silly. But all that you do with those, you basically nominate which items going into them, you give them higher priority there than anywhere else, and when you import everything, they'll all shoot to those deep storage units. Anything that can be stored on a 64K drive will go to here, and everyone's happy. So, shall we just fill out another row just to hopefully cement that into your head. I say hopefully, so because it is, you're not used to AE2 and AE2 and the way that it does things. This is going to be, or feel a little bit confusing perhaps. So what I wanted to really kind of do is make sure you kind of understand the way this is working, and from there we can really 1, 2. We could do this way. I think I do. The way this is working, and then you'll be able to build your own versions. Maybe they don't look at it like a data center. Maybe they'll look like, I don't know, a huge spider. That's something what the original looks like, somewhat. More like gantry scaffolding or an aerial. TV aerial would be closest, I think. So we want storage buses. You're probably going to need more storage buses than interfaces by far, because they're going to be rapidly used up here. And I'm not as concerned with laying this out like a proper data center, mainly because of this. I can get between the racks here. If they could sit next to each other, if you could put some kind of cover in place, if these ME drives could be, oh, and I've run out of storage buses. Okay, guess where? I need some back. Give me some storage buses back. I need some. Just had enough as well. That's pretty good. Except I need some back. Gimme. So ignore these last two. I'll fix those. So we then just cable up with smart cable. There we go. And you can cover those, but if you look here, we got, you know, well, we'll fill even more of that. We'll probably fill 2/3 of this cable just with the rest of the storage buses on these. So if I pop downstairs, there's my original, there's my new one. You see it's much the same, all the way back. It goes all the way back into this segment, which is just the same as the first segment. It's just got an interface, a storage bus, and I've got those the wrong way around. I have. See, I got them the wrong way around as well, so if you do, don't worry about it. Okay, so where are we? Smart cable. It's dense cable. Yes, because I've now disconnected the power. The power's in this block. Storage bus. Let me make sure I get this the right way around again. Storage bus is on the other side. Interface. Storage bus. And smart cable. That should come alive again. And the same thing here, which I've probably got the wrong way around because, just because. Interface. That is the wrong way around. No, it's not. No, it's not. Paranoia. There we go. Okay, so as you can see, I'm using smart cable to connect them all, and you'll see there's only ever one channel in use. That's why you don't need all these controllers. You can typically get away with just having one channel in use all the way along and have some more subnets going off either direction, but I don't care. I'm just getting these. So again, this is now included, so if I take this out, the best way to see whether this is actually working is to go to one where the storage bus is in place, put it in, and see if you can see it from your terminal downstairs. If you can, you've hooked up the white side of things, the storage side of things. The items you need to hook up now as well, and that's pretty similar. So for the moment, let's just get rid of all these stuff. There we go. And we can reproduce this setup. In fact, we can go one further for that. Yeah. So, yeah, I've got those hooked up the right way around, otherwise none of this would work. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And then let me just put the same thing here. Whoops. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we pretty much got everything sorted. So on top is an interface just like these. In my case anyway, but in yours it'll be a little different perhaps, depends how you do this. Again, same thing here and here. So 1 and 2. And then we want storage buses. So we want one storage bus, another one, one here and one here. And then we can just run cable. Connect up. Connect up. Now, as you'll see, right now we're now using 5. So we've got these 4 devices, and then we've got a 5th one here on this little subnetwork. So once you get beyond, you're going to get another row out of this, and then you're going to need a subnet, and then you're back at another row, so you can just keep on going that way. But all this is hooked up, so I should now be able to see what's in that 1K drive. Remember, it's in the one of those news drives. And I've not hooked it up right. Oh no, there's nothing in it. Okay. Right. I should be able to store stuff in it then. I don't know. You? No? I've hooked something up wrong. If you don't get it right, you can't store stuff in these things. So you've got to make sure you got this right. Storage bus, that's fine. Is it just that it's in... Which row is it in? So it's the second one along this side. So it's in that one. We've got our interface, a storage bus. As you can see, we got black. So there's too many on here somewhere. 1, 2, well, 1, 4, 6, 7. That should be... Oh, it's not actually a problem with that. It's a problem with power. Because these break power, you've got to reattach the power. And the way you do that is just by, the same as here, hooking up in each subnet just by a quartz fiber. So in this case, yeah, just put them here. And that should bring that subnet alive. And the same thing, probably, I think I just put it here. Yeah, the same thing for those. They should come alive. Yeah, they are. So now I should be able to store stuff. And it works. We've now got an extra row, and all I did was just fill these in with covers and posts, and this laboratory block on top to, look like a ventilation system. These are inverted white lamps. They just need some bone meal and glowstone to make, and redstone torches and glass panes. Nothing fancy. You can set your auto-crafting system to make them. So that is the kind of modified superstore drive. It's a data center version, modified version, and I'm pretty happy about it, to be honest. I need to come back and finish those storage and a couple more quartz fibers, but other than that, it's pretty accessible. And for the moment, I don't necessarily need it to be on all the time, and I've not made it accessible. I should put a switch in here, but I've just got a tesseract there, so I can. There is actually a storage block, so I can turn it off for now. Just keep running for a few seconds, or at least a few minutes. I'll just take my storage drives out, the whole thing will empty and turn off. So that's my data center out of the way, and that's where everything's going to be based once I move into this void age. Now for a little more convenience, I think. We've only got a few minutes left of the episode, so what I want to do is stop having to go to all these crafting terminals all over the place in my base. They're handy, but they're not as handy as having a wireless approach. Now, how's that doing? Oh yeah, lots of nether quartz. The wireless approach needs a few things, so we're going to need a security terminal, certainly. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm not going to have any of the 16Ks. I'm going to have to make one. Thankfully, not a problem. Security terminal. So we're going to need a wireless. Let's just look at wireless. We're going to need a wireless terminal, and we're going to need boosters and a wireless access point. So let's start off with this. Looks pearl gets us. I'm going to need more of that quartz stuff, and I need more anyway, so I may as well order some. Wireless receiver. Which then gets us a wireless access point if we don't run a glass cable. Can I make any? That's annoying. Fine, pure fluid. Hang on. Seed. Fluid seed. I don't know. Give me 100. Yeah, go. And that was this problem as well with this system. It just needed to be attached, detached, and reattached again. I believe. Hopefully that doesn't need to happen all over again. At some point soon they should start appearing. If not, they'll still appear in here. Yeah, there's something quite dodgy going on with this system. There we go, they're starting to appear and produce. That's why I said I need to rework the system, and that is probably going to be moving into that void zone before I really wanted to. Otherwise, I wanted to stay here for a while, but it's getting me down all the cabling, and I don't want to go and rip everything out without actually having a good objective for it. So that's now producing them. That'll take a minute or two, I think. Is there any other stuff we can make while we're doing that? The wireless terminal needs another one of those. Okay, so I need a dense energy cell, which I've got in the void zone, but I may as well make another one. Energy cell. We're going to need 8 of these because that's how many the dense one needs. Dense one is just those surrounding calculation processor. And an ME terminal, which we can order. It doesn't know how to make illuminated panels. Ugh. Oops, wrong one. Oh, for God's sake. Come on. Stupid hands. Wireless. Yay, wireless terminal. Alright, wireless terminal, ME security terminal. Wireless access point. I need that cable. I only need the one. Come on, Crystal. Looks like they're nearly done. Yeah, they're just going to take far too long just because I'm waiting. So, by the magic of editing, and it did just finish, so I've made some glass cable, but how many pure have we got? We've got 90 now. Fair enough, so I will grab a wireless access point and probably a few boosters as well. Really, why won't you give me andesite? Grindstone. Segment, I'll just put some in. Yeah, same placement problem again. I have to figure out what's going on there, I think. But let's just make boosters. 64 of them, I guess. I'm not sure how many that's going to take. So the first thing we're going to need to do is connect up our security terminals somewhere with spare channels. Yes, my cabling is a mess. Complete mess. Security terminal. The other thing they should do is to bind this wireless terminal to my network, which is linked. I do need to charge it, and I can't remember how. Is that just in the charger? Appears to be. So, what else do I need? I need to actually attach the wireless access point somewhere to my network. That'll do, hopefully. It's online. Okay. What I don't know, well, you can access this and you can insert boosters. What I don't know is the current. Oh, the range is 16 meters. It tells me. Well, that's disappointing. Let's grab you. Okay, so that's not charged very much, and I'm out of range already. So that's not too great. So what we want to do then is add wireless booster, and it's 1 meter per booster. It looks like, and 18 RF per tick. What happens? Wow. Yeah. Don't want to add too many boosters. Wow, how much was that again? 8.1 thousand RF per tick. Yeah, no, that's 80 meters. How far out does that extend? Where are we? Whoops. In range. Range. Still in range. Still in range. Out of range. Okay, so covers pretty much anywhere apart from my, where my magic stuff is. That's not too bad. Can I get all the way out here to the Botania stuff? Out of range. Yeah, that covers a fair region. If I want just a little bit more, maybe 20 more meters, what you can do as an alternative to this is just put multiple of these wireless access points, put them around your base, and go from there. Really, go up another 16 though. It definitely more than doubles things. So if I put another 8, yeah, that's giving me another 50 meters. And the RF per tick value isn't too bad. Another 12 meters. That covers it pretty well. So for me, 18 is enough. For you, you may want more. But that just needs some covers. Really. Everything else works with covers but you. How bloody annoying is that? Right, I'm gonna have to move that. I'm sorry. That's just gonna really annoy me. So I'll move it off camera anyway. Anyway, that's the end of the episode. If you'd like to comment on any of the drives you've seen or the subnets, if you've got any question about those, or indeed about the wireless booster, please do leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, leave a like if you like the video, leave a dislike if you don't like the video, but tell me why, please. In fact, either way, tell me why. If there's anything you want to see, let me know. Otherwise, leave us, if you want to see more of these videos, subscribe, and we'll see where we go from there. Next episode, I think, well, we've pretty much done AE2 for 3 episodes in a row. It's probably time to take a break. How's my, just the last part of the episode, how's my node going? It's probably still terrible because I'm recording this on the same day as the last episode. Yeah, it's like a 110 terra now. Still on a 64 order. I want everything above 100 ideally. Alright, so thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.